What's up, guys? Bobo Jones, and today I'm riding on beautiful old Topanga Road in a too low of a gear, and wanted to talk about the dangers of motorcycling, my background, and a lot specifically around people just like fear-mongering motorcycles, and telling you about all the people they know who've died and why you shouldn't do it. I mean, I tell people I motorcycle like as a joyous thing. It's been the best part of me moving from New York to Cali is just being able to do this on a day off like today, or on the weekends as like an activity with my wife, gravel. And you just get people just shitting on you, like my best friend died on the highway from that shit. Someone just turned into her and she got trampled by a million cars. Yes. Obviously, we all fucking know motorcycling is more dangerous than being in a car because you're on a motorcycle. And if you get hit, you're just going to fly into the road and, Jesus will take the wheel, because it's just going to be a crapshoot, and it's a crapshoot anyway in terms of getting into an accident. I do believe that like 95% of accidents are avoidable if you ride carefully. But at the end of the day, people are just going to do shit that you just could not have possibly seen coming. And, you might get fucked. And then you're on a motorcycle and you're going to fly in the air, and, maybe you'll be okay. And maybe you won't. Maybe you'll slam into a tree and die instantly. But, I mean, that's why you need to take extra precautions when you ride. I always say to everyone, I ride like everybody on the road is trying to kill me. If you ride like everybody on the road is trying to kill you, then, and you expect that they will try to kill you, then you won't die as easily. But here's the point. Here's the main point. Yes, it's more dangerous. Nobody can argue with that, right? It's just you can't say anything about it. This year alone, 2015 and the beginning of 2016, I cannot even count how many young, healthy people I know who have died of cancer or, had a stroke and just dropped dead. There's so many ways that you can drop dead at any moment. And if you live your life, and if motorcycling is something you're interested in, and you live your life not having taken part in that because you were too scared, and then you drop dead of cancer or some other horrible thing, then what kind of life was that that you lived? Like, did you actually get to live life? I say no. And this is coming from somebody, me, when I was back in New York, was the most anti-motorcycle motherfucker on the planet. I was like, you have to be an absolute fucktard. I was one of the haters. You have to be an absolute fucktard to ride a motorcycle. My roommate and one of my best friend's sisters died on a motorcycle. Another family friend's best friend died on a motorcycle. And he was just absolutely destroyed. My best friend and my roommate. And so I was like, no fucking way, dude. Never. And then, if you've seen my first video, I came out here, I started riding a scooter, and I just love that feeling, man. It was a 250, so it went pretty fast, and I just absolutely love that feeling of like, just being on a fast vehicle and just having that exhilaration. And then I moved up to my Tiger, and now I have this. I've had a lot of close calls. I've had a couple small accidents where people just go in front of me. But luckily, I've had a progression in my riding where, luckily, those close calls were only close calls, and I was able to, essentially learn from them. See, went into neutral. Bad bike, bad quick shifter. But that was because I popped it. That was my fault. And so I've progressed actually quite nicely on these bikes. And I'm always erring on the side of caution. I'm never like doing anything too crazy. And, I still have close calls to this day, but my riding has progressed in such a way where, both in terms of the vehicles I ride and in the fact that I ride every day, and so have gotten okay in a reasonable amount of time, where I've been okay, and now I'm a pretty okay, competent rider. You know what I mean? Cautious rider for sure, especially when I'm commuting, and especially when I have my wife on the bike. So don't let people fearmonger you out of motorcycling. If you feel that you're a responsible enough person and you can handle the responsibility of being on a road and being on, a dangerous thing, but that you have the, kind of skills to handle that and progress properly, then just do it. I mean, the one thing I can't believe is how many of my friends have moved here from New York, desperately want to ride a motorcycle, but won't because their girlfriends or wives or whatever are like, no, you're not getting a motorcycle, it's too dangerous. I have one friend who's and the irony is so crazy, because they've just gone through, a fly just smacked my cheek, they've just gone through this horrific loss of their my friend's sister's brother-in-law, who was my age, in his 30s, died of cancer. Super healthy guy, from what I understand, like a surfer. See, quick shifter just went into neutral again. Really healthy guy died, and she's like, no way. It's almost made her like less willing for him to get a motorcycle. And by the way, I'm sorry my riding is so bad now, but I'm focused on what I'm thinking, not my riding, so I'm just taking these ridiculously stupidly, and just like clutching through these turns, which I normally wouldn't do. But so she was always like, no way, we just lost somebody, it's too dangerous. I mean, my thought is like, but look, that could happen to him tomorrow, knock on wood it doesn't, but that could happen to any of us tomorrow. Any of us can get a horrible disease and then drop dead in 2 weeks. Why would you not want him to take on a hobby he loves and experience, how awesome this shit is? You know what I mean? Because then, at least if and again, God, like, it will never happen, and I hope it never happens to anyone, but at least then, if you do go through something horrible and drop dead, at least you were able to experience something you were passionate about and really interested in. You know what I mean? And you died having, experienced that and gotten to do something you love and come in these mountains and ride in these mountains and experience the joy of motorcycling. So I just can't believe, I think that should be the opposite reaction, when something like that happens. I think the reaction should be, you know what? Life is short. You never know what's going to happen. You could die fucking crossing the street. You can die in a million different ways, a million different dumbass or horrible or tragic ways. So why not experience something like this, especially if you live out someplace like here in Cali, where you just have some of the most beautiful roads in the world, like multiple of them within an hour of you. This ride here, which is my like short, just quick ride in Mulholland, is like 15 minutes away from me. I took the day off today. I get to come out here and ride in the mountains. It's unbelievable. Like, if I didn't do this, what would I be doing? I'd be at home playing League of Legends or some shit, which is what I'm going to do when I get home. But at least I got to do this first. So please, guys, if you don't have a passion for it, and if you don't think it's a good thing, and if you're not interested in it, then fine, don't do it, right? It is dangerous. It is. You do have to be extra careful, right? People are going to do shit all the time to try to kill you on your motorcycle, all the time. But if you have a passion, don't let anybody scare you out of it. Don't let anybody tell you not to do it. Don't let anybody tell you about the person they know who died motorcycling. Just fucking do it. And don't let, my wife would never tell me to not do something, ever. She would never, ever do that. And that's why I married her. She would never dream of me saying, babe, I'm really passionate about this. It's dangerous, but it's something I really want to try. She would never tell me, no fucking way, you're not doing that shit. I'm not risking you, ever. She just wouldn't do that. That's why I love her so much. But, you know, I mean, look, this is a morbid topic, but I just really wanted to talk about it because it's been coming up a lot with my friends and with people just talking shit to me about it. And it's like, I can't believe it, you know? And the one thing I will say is, like, if you don't think you're a responsible person, I have some hot-headed friends who are moving here. One of my best friends, Cesar, is moving here soon. He's thinking about getting a bike. He's a hothead, man. He's an emotional dude. He has a short fuse. Maybe he's changed now that he's gotten older. But like him, I talk to him about it. You know, I'm real with him. A lot of my friends who I know are cool, like my buddy Ian, my buddy Walter, my buddy Roger, who I know are really cool-headed, logical people who can make good decisions, like on the fly and not get emotional when cars turn in front of you and shit like that. I tell them, please get a bike, come ride with me. Cesar's the one where I'm like, dude, you gotta like understand that this shit is dangerous, and you know, and that like you can't get upset and like fight somebody or like do some stupid shit, because the car always wins against the motorcycle, right? 100% of the time. So, oh god, I gotta pass this fucking cement truck. But even here, like, you know, I have a fucking X 1000R. I'll pass this guy in 2 seconds, but I'm cautious, man, because I've done some passes in the back that were fucking stupid. This guy's crazy, though, man. Come on. I know cement trucks can go faster than 25 miles an hour, biatch. So anyway, guys, that's it. I'm not going to go on and on about this anymore, but if you're passionate and you trust yourself and you feel like you can be responsible in some fucking, you know, thank you, in some, you know, tough situations, and just fucking do it, man. Don't be afraid. Don't let anybody talk you out of it. And you know what? If your wife or your girlfriend is like, no, you're not allowed to do that, it's fucking dangerous, just be like, babe, I could die tomorrow of cancer. I could die tomorrow. I could get hit by a car. How many people die of car crashes with a seatbelt and shit? It's like, there's a million ways to die. If you're gonna die, at least die, you know, having done everything you're passionate about. At least then, if you come down with some horrible disease tomorrow, you didn't not do everything or a lot of the things you were interested in doing and that you're passionate about. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think on this. Yeah, that's my take on it, and it's something I really feel strongly about and try to explain to people. Anyway, I'm going to go enjoy my ride now in these beautiful montañas. This is Bobo Jones saying, arrivederci.